The Prophet ﷺ said, he is doomed who is the slave of the dinar and the dirham. That the person who is the slave of money is doomed. If all you do is a slave to the job, you're a slave to the paycheck, and you've lost the understanding that your rizq was written 50,000 years before Allah created anything. Allah wrote how much money you would make, where you would make it, how you would make it. So if you are using that money to disobey Allah, then you are an idiot, you're a fool. Because that risk was already written for you. You didn't need to disobey Allah to get it. You could have obeyed Allah Azza wa Jal and still gotten it. It doesn't mean you don't need to go out and work. You know, like some of our illustrious brothers, mashallah, go sit in the masjid and eat dal and curry all day and make dhikr and the check is going to come in the mail. La 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 la. You must work, but work is ibadah. You need to understand that your work is an ibadah in and of itself. Brothers, if you go out of the house every day thinking that you work to put food on the table, and to pay the light bill, and to pay the rent, and to put nappies on your children, then your reward is that paycheck at the end of the week. You better kiss it like it's gold, because you won't have anything left in the akhirah. Because the Prophet ﷺ says, every deed is judged according to its intent, and you will get the reward of that which you have intended. So if you go to work only to pay the bills, then your reward is paying the bills. If you only go to work to eat, well then you get your reward when you eat. You better love that food. But if you work to please Allah, and to worship Allah Azza wa Jal, and let Allah take care of your family, then that work will become ibadah, and every single dime you spend can be sadaqah for your family. MashaAllah. It's the beautiful thing. If you tell your wife that I got to go to work because I need to pay the bills, your wife needs to slap you upside the head and tell you, do you think that Allah cannot take care of this family without you? Who have you become to think that you're so great that Allah needs you to take care of me? Are you out of your mind? Allah is ar-Raziq. You work because Allah has given you the opportunity to be the man of this house. So get out and be the man. But don't forget Allah Azza wa Jal. It's the reality of this life, brothers. Everything needs to be in its proper perspective. That needs to be put in its proper perspective. Even your work needs to be put in its proper perspective. You don't lord over your family because you make the money. Because if you're really understanding the deen, you realize that you're not making any money for yourself. You're making money to go home and turn it over to your wife. It's just the reality of the fact. You go home and you give the money over, and then the wife does what she wants with it. And if she makes money, it's her money. I don't know where they say that men are the tyrants of the home in Islam. They must not have been to many Muslims' homes. Also the Prophet ﷺ said, sufficient for you in this dunya is that you have the supply of a traveler. What does a traveler have? Just enough he can carry in his two hands. He said the sufficient for you is in this dunya is that. He also said the sufficient for you in this dunya is sustenance for the day and a riding animal to go out in the path of Allah Azza wa Jal. That's enough for you. Anything above that is Allah has given you a ni'mah. If you have enough food to eat today, and you have a bed to sleep in tonight, and you have a place, a transportation to take you to and from, you should thank Allah Azza wa Jal. Just thank Allah Azza wa Jal. And you shouldn't worry about tomorrow. Let tomorrow worry about tomorrow. Allah reminds us in the Quran, do you not see the birds? How they go out in the morning and they don't even know, they don't have a plan for the day. It's not like they sat down the night before and said, look, tomorrow we're going to go over to this tree, we're going to go to that tree, and I think that there might be something over here. No, they get up in the morning and they go out trusting in Allah that Allah is going to feed them, and they come back with a full stomach every single day because of their tawakkul ala Allah. They have complete reliance on Allah, and Allah does not let down reliance. One thing I can assure all of you, and I've tried this a number of times in my life, I put it to the test. If you rely on Allah, He will never disappoint you. Allah never disappoints those who rely upon Him. He said it in His book. Inna Allah la yukhliful mi'ad. I don't break my promise. If you keep your word to Allah, you will find a Rabb who keeps His word to you more than you can ever imagine. More than you can ever imagine. And you'll never worry again. You'll learn not to worry. Worry for what? Worry about what? Oh, everything's falling down around us. Well then Allah is tearing it down so He can build something better. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. We thank Allah for that.